So today I finally decided on what to put into this little Lechuza pot that I bought with the bigger blue one. This is a 14 centimeter or 5.5 inch Deltini pot. Here's the insides of it with the provided substrate. And I'm going to put into this pot this date palm, which is 1 year old by now, I think. Yeah, I think it's a year old. Grown from a date bought at the supermarket and it has developed quite nicely. I usually have it standing in a north-facing window, water it very sparsely, and it grows very nicely. So today we're going to put this into here. So first I need to get rid of all the old earth in here. It should be fairly straightforward. And as you might be able to see, also here we have remnants of a fungus. That's one of my main problems in here, is most of the pots that I'm using this substrate in, this earth, has fungus in it. I don't know if I got it in with a plant that I bought and then by, touching that plant and then touching the other plants, or contaminating the earth, or if it just happened to get in there on its own, or it's been in there from the beginning. Since this already was very dry, this comes off quite nicely and has a nice bottle shape on the roots. And this is, if the camera would focus kindly, thank you, this is how that looks. Probably going to cut the roots back a bit, since I don't really fancy a bottle-shaped roots at the bottom. But first I'm going to wash this off a bit, clean up the mess, and then we'll continue. So I trimmed back the roots quite a bit, and I hope it's not going to affect the plant too much. This nest looks kind of interesting. In a normal pot it would have probably grown out the bottom, but since the holes in here are rather small, it didn't do that. Okay, so I pulled up on the wick a little bit, so it still touches the bottom, but it doesn't curl up down there, and also so it's going to bring the water higher up into the pot. Here's the soil that comes with the pot. If it shouldn't be enough, I still have more of that. Let's see here. These roots are actually fairly stiff. I need to think about how I want to position it in the pot. Okay, now the substrate that this thing came with is over. As you can see, it's probably fine if you have a plant that has a bit more root mass, such like an orchid with thicker roots. Right here I'm going to have to get a bit more and fill it up. Alright, now it's fully filled up and I'm going to add some water. I have my little watering can of clean water in there, so no fertilizer, no nothing. Let's carefully start to fill this up. I don't want to overfill it. You might see some little yellowish balls in the substrate. Those are like a long-term fertilizer. Reason why I'm thinking about getting something without the fertilizer for some more sensitive plants. Still not full. Let's put a little more. Just a tiny bit, and then we're at maximum. That was approximately half a liter. So there we are. Maybe I watered it a little bit too much. The indicator is above maximum, but now this plant should be watered for a very long time. It doesn't use a lot of water, so I forgot what I wanted to say. But anyway, I think it really looks very nice since it's a very simple plant with the white pot. I might get more of these pots in the future. They make life a lot easier, but first I have to get the soil without the fertilizer in it, so I can choose the amount of fertilizer I put in it on my own. But yeah, I think that's all for now. Oh, something I almost forgot. In the last video I said that this might be a chili, but I think it might be a passion fruit, since I found a seed shell of a passion fruit seed nearby. Which is strange, because I last put passion fruit seeds in here like in 5 months ago or something.